Welcome to the Performance Banker Podcast. You'll hear banking industry experts providing unique insights and expertise to help bankers achieve higher performance, obtain outstanding results, and gain a competitive advantage. Here's your host, Tanya Gossage.
Hello and welcome to the Performance Banker Podcast led by Tanya Gossage. Have you ever heard of the business cycle? I want you to imagine a cycle. In the middle, you have your business. At the top, you have marketing and advertising. Then over to the right side, you have your leads. You're going to create leads, and you have your prospects. Then down at the bottom of your cycle or your circle, you have the sales cycle. And then over to the left, directly across from your leads and your prospects, you're going to repeat. So you have advertising, marketing, generating leads and prospects, your sales cycle, and then you're going to repeat the process. So that's what I want to talk about today. This probably will be a short episode, but it's an important one. So let's simplify this. So the business cycle is senior to the sales cycle. The number of leads that you have is going to determine the number of sales that you get. So when you think about a funnel, I don't know that I can make that with my hands, but you have your funnel. You always want to keep the top of your funnel full. Again, this goes with any business that we're talking about. You're always pouring prospects or leads into the top of your funnel. You always have to have people that you're talking to. Now, I want to talk to you for a minute about where are you going to find these people? I highly encourage you today, now that the pandemic, I'm not going to say it's over because it's still there, but we are getting back into live events. People are networking again. In my opinion, it is critical that we get back out of the house, get out of the office, and get back to networking. Networking has been phenomenal for me. I love to network because there's so much power in networking and keeping the top of your funnel full. I'm going to do an episode at some point on probably key tips to networking. I can't give away all of my secrets about networking, but I want to share with you how to be successful in networking. In my opinion, that is the ultimate key to your success. Guys, I'm making a business out of networking, okay? Networking is critical to your success. Get out there, join groups, go to events, go to conferences, collect business cards, whether they're paper, they're electronic, they're in LinkedIn, it does not matter. You have got to collect these leads. You've got to have conversations with people. Collect numbers. Commit to the top of that funnel. I will tell you that creating conversation with people, telling them what you do, and finding out how you can meet up with them, get them on the phone, it's the first steps to building your business. This sounds so simple, but I'm talking to so many people who are struggling. And the key is networking. That's the key. I'm giving you the answer. to building your success today. Now, obviously, yes, there's more to it than that. But if you can learn how to network, the rest of it will come. You do have to learn how to go through the sales process, and you do have to learn how to close a sale. But if you can learn how to get out there and build relationships with people and network with people, you are going to be successful. There's a saying that says, whoever spends the most money wins the sales cycle. I don't know that I believe that. You do have to spend money to make money. I do agree with that. I do agree that you have to spend money to play in the league that you want to play in. Okay. So if you're playing with the small guys, you spend small money. You want to play with the big guys, you play a bigger pool of money. Where you network is where you're going to draw your pool of people from. So depending upon the types of people that you want to bring in as your ideal client, that's where you go. That's where you go to network. Building the conversation, understanding who they are, their personality, speaking the way they speak, talking their language, pulling them into you is going to get them to listen to you. It's going to get them to trust you. Again, there's a little bit more to it than that, but that's the main thing, is getting them to join your network. You go join their network. Trade networks, trade information. I will help you find a contact. You help me find a contact. That's basically referral partnering. Okay. I help you find a client to do business with. You help me find a client to do business with. If you want to trade dollars in doing that, you can do that. But you're going to find the people that you want to attract at the network groups, conferences, locations, at where you spend your time. At where you spend your time. That's critical. Money follows attention. That one, I believe. Where you do spend your money is where you're going to get attention, which is different from the one I just mentioned of whoever spends the most money wins the sales cycle. It's not about spending the most money. It's about where you spend your money, and where you spend your attention, you're going to get attention. But you have to be active. You have to be active in that. So, another thing I want to mention, the top of the sales cycle is the marketing. If you don't do marketing, who in your network does? Who can you get to help someone in your network that does marketing? Funnel those people to those individuals. They will funnel somebody to you. Your pipeline stays full. As you're closing deals, you have someone else to go to. If you get rejected, you have someone else to go to. If you meet objections of, I need 72 hours to think about it, you have someone else to pick up the phone and call. But we're going to be learning how to close the majority of your deals as we go through further podcasts. I'm going to teach you how to get to where you're not losing more deals, but you're closing more deals than what you're losing. But the number one step is understanding the business cycle and the sales cycle and where you're spending your time, where you're spending your money. And we're going to start with networking. What groups are you in on Facebook? What groups are you in on LinkedIn? What groups are you in on Alignable? What groups are you in your community? And where are you spending that time? Are you spending your time every day in revenue producing areas? Think about that. With that, I'm ending this podcast today for this week. Go back and listen to it again. There is gold in this podcast. Even though it's short, there's gold here. I look forward to talking to you next week. With that, this is Tanya Gossage, your performance banker. Hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already. And I promise you, stick with me because in further episodes, we're going to build your success. Talk soon.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to download and subscribe wherever you get your shows. Find more content on our YouTube channel. Link is in the show notes. This podcast is sponsored by GossagePerformanceConsulting.com.